Good morning, guys. It's Fook, and I just dropped my wife off at Balboa Park at the badminton club, where she's gonna practice for a couple of hours and just play a couple of games. So, heading back home and taking care of some chores in the morning on this relatively cool day for late summer in San Diego. It can get pretty warm. We've been having a heat wave and actually had a couple of forest fires, as you guys may have heard on the news. So I'm actually glad for this cooling down. It's a little bit abnormal for us, but I'll take it whenever I can get it. But being this early, it's about 9 a.m. The road's relatively empty, and the park's relatively empty too. But it's just nice to kind of drive through this area. It's very beautiful, as you can imagine. But I got a couple things to do. I need to head to Home Depot and buy some drain opener. I got a clogged drain at home. Not really clogged. It's one of those drains that's just slow. So I think that they have something that you can pour down that kind of helps with the slowness of the drain. It accumulates like, bacteria and gunk and stuff like that over time. So I'm gonna do that. Got some laundry to do. Have some home improvement fixes to make. Just little stuff. Since I'm not home that often, I'm traveling a lot for work. The weekend really is the only time to do that stuff. Right now I'm heading down the 163 North, leaving Balboa Park in downtown. And this is actually one of the prettiest drives, I think, in San Diego, especially in summer, spring. Those two seasons before the fall comes in, when the leaves starts falling off the trees. And especially if the city has been watering the median and the plantings, because it could be quite beautiful between downtown and about the 8th freeway. I think another beautiful stretch of freeway we have is the 52 west and east, right between the 805 and the 5 freeway. That can get pretty in the spring and summer as well. But it's just such a beautiful drive to take. Anyways, this vlog I'm doing on my SJ cam, the SJ4000. I'm not doing it on my Samsung. I'm attempting to do most of them on the Samsung though, just to see how it would go with vlogging on a phone, using the front camera of all things. And I think, here are my thoughts, after doing like 3 official vlogs with a couple of kind of outtakes using the phone. On the Samsung S7 Edge, it works really well. And the reason I think it does is that the front-facing camera, it's got a decent resolution at 5 megapixels. And it also has, more importantly, a relatively wide angle for a front camera lens. So you can definitely hold it in your hand and get enough of a background in there, as you can see from a couple of my vlogs. The other thing is that the microphone on that phone for the front-facing camera, I don't know if they have separate mics or what, is actually very good at picking up your voice and kind of isolating background noise. I mean, definitely you still pick up background noise, but it's isolated to an extent, so it doesn't become too much of a problem. In certain environments, you definitely can hear it more. So for my intro video at the airport, you can hear the announcement goes and things like that, because sometimes I think the phone, depending on how loud and what the nature of the background noise is, it may think that that's the primary, voice. So, but for the most part, it works. The one issue that I've had with it, and it's really more me than the phone, is that, and I should have realized this, is that your hand gets tired after holding it for 4 or 5 minutes as you're making these 2-3 minute clips, because you're doing a couple of takes of them. And even though these phones are not very heavy at all, you still can't just extend your arm out, and kind of hold it constantly without getting tired. There's just no way to say it. And it's not really a tiredness. What happens is that after 2 to 3 takes, your arm gets tired enough in one position that it moves very slightly, so it introduces like a little shake into the video. And even though I think that on the Samsung S7 Edge, the lens is optically stabilized, it still shows up in the video. And I think that on the front-facing lens, it's not as much stabilization that you would get as you would on the rear-facing lens. So anyways, that's my thought. I mean, it certainly works, and it works pretty well for the most part, but that's what it is. I'm going to keep doing it because I just think it's the most convenient way. If you're doing a vlog and you're not doing it in one setting all the time, which I think can get boring. I know a couple of folks on YouTube, I've seen them. They have a little area set up, maybe it's a corner of their house or a little closet that they've converted. They put on a background, tables, props, what have you, other decorations to make it look nice on video. And it does, it looks great. The problem is that it looks the same from video to video to video, and it gets a little bit boring. So I wanted to do something different. And I think that the phone is absolutely perfect because you have that everywhere. I mean, I could do a vlog of me having dinner like I did last night, or at least going out to dinner and showing you the environment, the restaurant I'm in, and so forth. Or like today when I'm just talking about, nothing. But, still a vlog, but I'm in my car. You can see the background traffic, the scenery, and things like that. And it just makes it a lot more interesting, I think, to have that variety. So what I think will happen is that I will probably do my vlogs on the phone most of the time. Probably like 80%. For every 5 videos, you're going to see like 4 of them on the phone. And maybe 1, perhaps 2 on a different camera. And I would think that my primary secondary camera, which is funny to say, your primary secondary camera, is probably this SJ cam, just because it's convenient. You can also take it places, works great in the car on the mount that I have it on. So it just works. It's easy to use. It's probably the one that I'll use the second most. And the last one is probably for when I'm home and I can use my Panasonic LX100 just on a tripod in my office. But anyways, that's it for today. It's a little bit longer, probably the longest video I've made thus far, but I'm going to try to keep most of them relatively short. So I hope you enjoy and picked up something useful from today's session. And as always, give me a thumbs up if you like it. Thanks.